What should I name this? It's a pun. Get it? Do you get what I do you get it? Yeah, that'll do. All right. Let's see if it pushed properly. That's weird. It's still hosting. Ah, there it is. All right. Time to tweet everything. Time now. There we go. This ad supports Twitch, apparently. It's not playing, but it supports Twitch, from what I understand. Ugh. Can I literally just... I just described this stream in the Discord as Tetris. Not even like not even with a thorough description. Oh shit. All right. I'm probably gonna get an angry message from Holland relatively soon. So be ready for that. In the meantime, let's do some Tetris. You know, let's just do some Tetris. Let's do some Tetris. You know, we do some Tetris. Just do a little dance to the music. This music's got a good little beat to it. All right. Let's do that. Oh, someone quit. And it counted as a KO immediately. So that's good? Question mark? For someone? Oh, Jesus. This game is really just going to make me work for it, isn't it? There we go. Oh my god. They're really just not giving me the blocks I want. You know? Which is fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that in terms of how this world works. Oh me oh my. I've been targeted. Yeah, over here. Get those combos off while I can. That's the idea. You know what? I kind of don't mind if I end up doing the stream alone for the most part. You know what I mean? I could go for a short, lonely stream. Suppose it'd be better to do a short, lonely stream about a game that no one really cares for me to see. To see. You know what I mean? Like if I did a short, lonely stream of, I don't know. What's a short, lonely game? Fortune 499 was one of those. Okay. Oh, someone's grumpy. Someone's grumpy. Ooh, just all ooh-woos. Whole night, nothing but ooh-woos. Big ooh-woo hours. Yeah, that'll go over well. No one dislikes ooh-woos. There's no vocal contingent of people on the internet who probably violently despise the idea, the concept of ooh-wooing. Ooh, I got a KO. Good for me. Got me a KO. Ooh, woo. There we go. Nope. There we don't go. Oh, that didn't work because I missed. Ooh. It's getting spicy in here. I'm pretty sure that the attackers thing... Yeah, it's like a heavy risk-reward type situation. You have to outlast everybody else and attack them in a way that results not in your death, but in theirs. This game has a nice strategy to it. Wow, that was as bad as that could have gone. Cool. Super love this. Super love this. This is actually going fine. This is actually fine. I believe in me. And isn't that what's important around here? Isn't that what essentially makes this universe is that I know it's going to be fine, so it's really no big deal. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's going to end all right. I know I'm going to either win or lose. And that either way, I will be fine. Oh, wow, I'm done. Whoops, that was wrong. That's fine. 6th is an okay place. Especially for first game back. Oh. Doing a little dance. This music is just it's very danceable. Spent a lot more time just sort of lingering on, what's it called? On attackers, as opposed to trying to, as opposed to trying to like change things, just putting on attackers and then just going for it. Which is, I don't know, it works for me. One could say, oh, but Drewer, didn't you just lose? Like, bad? Which I didn't. I didn't lose bad. I only lost a little bit. I only lost a little bit. Really, everyone loses the same amount in the end. If you think about it, whenever you're playing a game like this, everybody loses an equal amount. There's no degree to which one loses more or less. Well, that was inconvenient, but I made it work. Well, that was not right at all, but I'll make it work. I can make this work. I believe in myself, which is the most important thing. Is that I believe in myself. And as long as I believe in myself, I can make these things work. Oh boy. I feel like the attacks get more and more dangerous as the game goes on. Well, there I go. That was bad. Oh, I pressed up or down 20 times. There I am. 48. It's not particularly good, per se. I might change categories and then just fuck around. That'd be interesting. Yeah, you know what? That wouldn't be too terrible. Because I have a bunch of demos and things that I have not at all touched. And I kind of want to get through them and get them off my system. So that way I can, like, move on in my life. And not have a bunch of stuff just taking up space on my Switch. I really need to get a micro SD card for this. And, like, a bunch of other things. But micro SD card would be pretty much the most inexpensive thing to acquire for this game. Might even have a couple lying around my house. I don't know. I don't remember anything. I'm just a mess of a person. Wow, this is really not... Ah, here we go. Yeah, that works. There we go. I honestly don't have anything to talk about or say. Ah, there's a KO. Oh, fuck. Okay. Ah, damn. I thought I could save it, but I went for KOs, and that was a little too greedy of me. You know what? I think after this game, if I still think to myself, like, maybe I should do something a little different, I'll switch games and demos and then just do Switch demos. That worked out. I don't know. I just don't know. I have no knowledge. I have no comment. Nothing to share. Nothing of value to add. Oh, shit. Really hoping for that to not go that poorly. God damn, they're just raining it down on me. Yeah, that just didn't go well. Hello. Hooray. Hello, hello. Is hooray for Hollywood or for Tetris 99? I assume it's for Tetris 99. Because nobody hoorays Hollywood anymore. Those bastards. They make too many Marvel movies. How is Stardew Woo Valley? I voted on the poll and I saw that you went live, and I didn't show up because I'm bad at supporting people, but can I say I was there in spirit and use that old thing, that tired line? Okay, I'm glad you like it. Yeah. Ah, okay. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. Stardew's one of those games where, like, I don't know whether I want to keep streaming it or not. I know I should, and that, like, I should do so because Walrus and Maggie were playing with me, and that would be weird to just not ever tend to that farm ever again. But I feel like it's one of those things where, like, it's that kind of game where it's more fun to just sort of do whatever in it and not really worry about trying to do it well. It's a bit like Minecraft in that way, about, like, I wouldn't be a good Minecraft streamer because I'm not good at, like, I don't know, engaging in the harder, crazier aspects of Minecraft. Which is a failing of my own and no one else. In no way am I trying to make it sound like nobody should stream Minecraft. Even though I sounded like I was going that direction. Oh, come on. Oh, boy. I got number 6 earlier, and I have not gotten anywhere close to that since. I'm considering, and I might get an objection, but I might not. I'm considering switching from doing this to doing random Switch demos that I have. Because I've got a bunch of demos on my Switch, but I haven't touched any of them. Trying to bang Abigail. I think I remember Abigail. Abigail has purple hair, I think, which... fair. I'm trying to think if there's any male character in that game that I don't find, like, just kind of weird or frustrating. Because I was trying to think, like, there's all these wonderful options if you're going to try and to woo a girl in town, but there don't seem to be very many good options if you're trying to woo a boy, a man. That might be me and my perceptions skewing my ability to comment on reality accurately. Beefcake Alex. Emo Sebastian. Ugh. No, I don't know. I find emo boys questionable. Oh, boy. Welcome to all of my prejudices and problems with human beings laid bare for the world to see. I don't have many badges. I need more badges. Ooh. Shane's a prick. I haven't played in a little while, so I don't remember all the characters and everything, but I kind of remember like the visual appearances, and yeah, most of the characters, I don't know. I don't remember a lot. A lot of them I don't recall very fondly. I'm a big Penny fan myself, which is me being, you know, just incredibly in character. Oh, fuck. 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 Dang ol' fuck ol' darn. Shit, why didn't it, no, why did I do that? That was stupid. Oh, I am super fucked. Yeah, that was a long. That one lasted a lot longer than I feel like it should have. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change my category, and we're just gonna fucking we're just gonna switch to games and demos. Why didn't it accept my plus as a plus? And I'm gonna go back to, oh, I was very close to a level up. I'm not gonna do this yet, but I do want to kind of get through, let's see. I don't want to do any game I have to like stand up and do, but I do want to do this. I could use a little Yoshi in my life, I think. Oh. I want to play classic mode. Well, then why'd you ask me? Oh, look at this. Okay, this looks like it might be a winner. Oh man, I've been in a funk all day, and this just put me on this. Just put me in a just put a big smile on my face. So I am honestly not certain what to expect. Yeah, get dunked on. Piranha plant. Oh, it's this guy. He's back. So, for those not in the know, oh, that's wonderful. I have played a relatively large amount of a Yoshi Story in my life, and I enjoy that quite a bit. And this is very cute, and I like it. Oh, this is very cute. I wanted to kill the piranha plant. Oh, I got a bunch of heart things. Oh, it's in the foreground. If I get all of those, if I get a lot of these, do I... Okay. Just trying to understand what I'm working with here. Oh, I have to actually get them to follow me. Oh, neat. Whoops. Whoa, okay. This is a checkpoint. That makes sense. What are you doing? Oh no. That wasn't very nice. Probably should have, you know. This is neat. Just like the ability to interact with the world around me, as well as like I missed one. Oh no. Oh, neat. I missed a flower around here somewhere. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, there were... Did I already get them? I already got them. There were shut guys in the foreground, and I already got them. That is all. Vor mechanic. Yeah, that's definitely what Nintendo was all about whenever they designed this. They were like, you know what we need? back in the early 90s, they were like, we need a character that just vores the fuck out of others. You know? That's how we should design our games. And yeah. Oh, if you hit a wall, his tongue kind of wobbles. My day was fine. Thank you for asking. I need more egg. There's no run button. Why is there no run button, Nintendo? Why didn't you give me a sprint button so I can get through your worlds faster, Nintendo? Oh god, I've murdered them! Okay, there's the... They didn't even do anything wrong. They were just chilling. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I got it. Really was nice of those, of the Magic Koopa and Bowser Jr. to just, like, put, these parts all within my grasp and my ability to get them. They were just on a date, yeah. Yeah, didn't matter to Yoshi. It's like those videos of Kirby, where Kirby is like given like these horrifically loud sound effects and stuff. I'll have to find that video now. Flower thing no collect? What do you mean? Did I miss one? Hope I didn't miss one. I'm gonna feel really bad when I get to the end of the game and there's like, there's too late now. Shit. I missed it. Oh, well. Well, I missed one flower at the very end there. Oh, I got all 20 of the heart things. I didn't get all 20 red coins that were hidden. I got 6 flowers. I don't know what the flowers do yet. I don't know if they're like the coins in Mario 3D World. And I have to use them to buy my way into other things. Hello? Oh, hello? Go find him. Yay. I get to see the other angle of all this stuff. Oh, man. I didn't do anything. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt anyone anymore. Yay. Okay. That's kind of a weird mechanic that they can just, like... That can just smack the shit out of them and they're just like, yeah, we'll come with you. And also throw them and they come back to me? That's also weird. But it's, you know, it's whatever. Oh. Don't think I don't see you. Okay, it's just going back through the other direction. Yay. Paying it back. Yeah, Yoshi's, Yay. I got a big old flower crayon drawing. Hey, who are you? So it's just okay. I guess I'll do the same level again. This demo is really trying to be like, this is the kind of repetitive content you'll get in this game. It's like, oh. I guess I'm prepared. Oh, shit. I need to... It'll let me get all this up again, then. Haven't missed any cows, have I? Hope not. Well, shit, I'm trying to... There. Alright. This game's cute. I like this. Snipe the cow. That's the way to do it. Oh, whoop, nip, nip. There we go. That's all 5 cows, right? Exit course. All right. I did find some cows. Yay. Called a smiley flower. That it? That all we got? Yep. This game does look very cute and very enjoyable. Oh, Jesus. And the Poochie pups are very adorable. Yeah, there's no ad for the full game. There's no pre-render. It's just like, well, you live here now. It's like, I do? Oh, look at that. That's definitely neat and interesting. All right, let's get rid of this now. All right. I don't know what this is. I'm going to try it next. I remember downloading this and being like, I want to try this. And then I forgot what it was immediately. So, you know, we're just going to fucking find out what it is. This might be Cop Robot game. Remember Cop Robot game that they showed off in the, what's it called? The Direct? Yes. Oh, okay. There. This game has autosave. Got it. Sekiro fun? I believe it. Is it, I know that Sekiro is by From Software. Is it in that same vein as everything else that they do, or is it, I know there's stealth in it, but is it otherwise relatively similar? This is decidedly not Cop Robot. Oh, I don't want to spend all day doing this. We're good. Actually, oh yeah, let's go dark suit and then oh no, we gotta go dark interior color and then color 3's gotta be like a greenish. Yeah, perfect. And then we gotta go. Yes. Sekiro's fun to be playing as well. It's hard though. I mean, I'm not gonna spend all day doing like a big character thing for a demo. This is very I don't know what I honestly this is even more confusing now because I still don't know what this game is. I don't think this is Robot Cop, but it might be Robot Cop.
Link accepted. Greetings.
Hi, 4.
I am the operator who serves as the liaison between orbital and outer
What?
sector self. You have just recovered from transplant surgery to install your neural link terminal.
What?
At this time, your biometric data in the oval link will be updated and registered with Orbital.
What?
This is your arsenal on loan
Oh.
from Orbital. Before we register you as a mercenary, you must complete an aptitude test. Accept the order from this terminal and await dispatch.
This might be Robot Cop. Or maybe not. I gotta say, this is a very Breath of the Wild feel to it of how you start. You just wake up in a thing, you go somewhere, a robot tells you what you're gonna do, and then... Is it orders? Okay. A robot tells you what you're gonna do, and then you kind of fucking do it. Okay. Offer orders, rank E, aptitude test. Yeah. Welcome to the battlefield. It's preparing you for the future.
Initiating arsenal boot sequence. Data link, normal.
Okay, so I get into the mecha.
Operator pool, normal. Energy limiter released. Electromagnetic armor operating at normal levels. Weapon safety mechanism released. All systems normal. Commencing launch.
Okay. When all middle management is replaced by robots. God. That'll really be the end of the job markets.
The outer aptitude test will begin soon.
Okay.
This is a live fire exercise, but you have nothing to worry about.
What? What do you mean I have nothing to worry about?
Hardly anyone fails this test. 2 veteran mercenaries will serve as observers.
Hello, Need for Speed Runs.
This is Reaper of the West.
Oh my god.
I'll be joining you as an observer.
And I'm Queen of Panzer Crown. Sean.
Jesus, what?
Observers for the aptitude test are selected at random from a pool of qualified mercenaries. They're here to make sure the test is conducted fairly and to intervene if your life is threatened.
Right, but in a world where having a job is a requirement to be able to survive, getting rid of thousands if not millions of jobs instantly would be like, "Oh, we've really just changed everything."
What Four said. If things get dicey, just ask us for help. That said, don't expect to pass if you want to die out here.
For Oval and the world as a whole, elders like yourself are among our most valuable.
I hope that I'm not your most valuable resource. I don't even know what's going on. I saw some kind of system where there was, oh, you know what? It probably was just,
Consistently exceeds the profit you generate. Your value may be reassessed.
I was going to say, in Sekiro, I've seen a video of it, and I was like, oh, is there currency in this game? And then I just remembered just now, I'm like, wait, it's just the exact same thing as Souls and Blood Echoes. It's just, it has coin, it's just a coin icon now. It's like, oh, okay.
We get it. Let's get this over with already. Like Four said, hardly anyone fails
Okay.
this test.
If you're not sure what to do, prioritize your survival. Just trust your instincts and you'll pass with
I don't know the controls.
We will now begin the aptitude test.
Okay.
Please direct your attention to your radar. The aptitude test will begin once you cross the blue boundary. Move out and proceed to the designated coordinates as instructed.
Ooh. What?
There is nothing of interest there. Consult your radar and proceed to the designated coordinates as instructed.
There's a lot happening here, and I'm honestly not certain what's going on. Ooh, I can get a gun.
Sensor your monitor over the target. Once locked on, you may fire. Your arsenal's OS will correct for any minor lapses in firearm accuracy. Use her boost ability to avoid enemy fire, and to get within range to return fire. Complete the order within your time limit.
I do not know what's happening. I feel like this is, I think, that a sensation that's pretty new. It's like, oh, I don't know where I am. You can't go to get them back in this one? Okay. Oh. In terms of the currency, I think. In Sekiro. I feel very much like I've just woken up from a nap, and I'm just like, oh, I'm now.
Processing. Designated enemy AIs have been detected by your radar. Destroy them at once. 5 minutes remaining.
So this really is a sensation of like, I just woke up from a nap and now I'm in a giant robot fighting other robots to prove my worth in a world that I don't know or understand.
You should get your test results right away. See you around on the battlefield.
Aptitude test complete. You have passed. Congratulations. Your arsenal link key has been received. You are now a registered mercenary for Orbital and its affiliated consortiums. From here on, you will complete assigned orders and help us work toward a peaceful.
Will I?
Thank you for your service.
Okay. the shield is a toggle. Yeah, just take me back to base. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I just none of my controls are the same. Oh my god! Holy shit! I have a sprint button that makes me move the fucking speed of sound. I don't know if I want to keep trying to do whatever this is. I honestly don't super want to do a shooty shoot. Oh, can I? Okay, here we go. Equipment. Oh boy. It's unstructured. Yeah. I can construct additional pylons. Look at me. I don't know what any of this shit is. I'll do one more mission. I will do one more order. And
Order briefing.
I will see if...
Order is a request from Sky Union. The details are as follows. Hostile AI forces have invaded Sky Union's territory within the Ovaling. Each mercenary must swiftly dispose of all enemies in the designated area. We have also confirmed that the invading enemy force consists of these seized AI. For this order, each Reclaimer squad will be in charge of a specific area. You will be working with Bullet Works. Briefing over.
Yeah. I can definitely imagine that. All the rest of them are just too damned Japanese. I mean, this is probably like fine. I thought this was gonna be Cop Robot. I didn't think this was. I thought this would be Cop Robot, not RoboCop, a different kind of thing. And
Hey, rookie. If you got any questions, hit me up. I'd be happy to show you the ropes.
So you're a vet now, Johnny.
See what I gotta put up with? Come on, Corporal. When are you gonna stop treating me like a newbie?
Four, send us the order data.
Uploading. That should be everything. Consult this data for detailed information about the area of operations. Continue your approach. The order will begin soon.
Catch you later, rookie.
this music isn't bad. Oh.
Scanning battlefield. Minor concentrations of femto detected. Electronics will not be affected. Initiating each arsenal's data link. Opening squad communications channel. Begin the order.
Hey, rookie. Looks like you made it to the battlefield in one piece. Welcome to the Oval Wing. Exciting, isn't it?
Focus. This hell is surrounded by 2,000-kilometer-high walls.
Come on, man. What do you keep busting my chops for? Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. The name's Johnny G. I'm with Bullet Works. And that lovely ray of sunshine is the Corporal.
I gotta be honest. There are way too many blathering characters that are just like, let me tell you my entire backstory.
It's just a word to help us ID each other.
If you say so, Corporal. Anyway, Bullet Works has been placed in charge of this area. Sky Union has managed to hold this area for a long time. But every now and then, AI invaders will show up knocking at the door, trying to get in. And when that happens, we get called in to clean house.
More or less.
Pretty much. You probably already know about these warnings, but just in case. They're responsible for corrupting all these AI that we've been
Sorry, what was that plot?
Our arsenals are more than a match for them. These AI might as well be fish in a barrel.
Immortals must be destroyed on sight. We'll get a bonus for each one we take out. Stay within the area. Four will alert.
Binky's having a rough time with this tank. It's gotten stuck on some trash cans, looks like.
Equipment for your arsenal. Whatever you find, you keep. Try to recover any equipment you come across. If you're lucky, it'll be high quality stuff. But most of the time, it's junk. I think that about covers it.
God damn.
Clustering is a bad tactic, so spread out. Need help, call from me or Doc. Over and out.
Woohoo! Time to get this party started.
You know what? This is fine. I don't even know where I am. Ow! Asshole! Jesus! I Why didn't I just play golf? Why didn't I just play golf like a normal person would have?
Order complete. Initiating return sequence. Follow instructions to return to base.
Over already, huh? Looks like
What?
everybody's still in one piece.
It's over?
Time to head home and
Wait, Donnie. I don't like how this smells. Something's coming.
you and your nose.
Access granted. Sky Union's radar station has confirmed the appearance of immortals in the vicinity. Transmitting target data.
Oh! That looks nifty.
What am I even looking at? Their sizes. In class? Oh, man. You sure we're not in over our heads here?
Order update. Sky Union has modified the request as follows. Stop the immortals. from
Ow.
further Sky Union's territory. That is all.
What? You've got to be kidding me. What's the call, Corporal?
We're right where we need to be.
Should have known you'd say something like that. Ah, fine. I guess we're doing this.
There are no whiners and bullet wounds. Besides, I'm sure BG planned for this.
I really hope you're right
Oh
about that.
boy. I probably should have changed a bunch of shit. Oh boy. Oh boy. I have an L button, right? What does that do? Oh boy. Am I even doing any damage to this thing? I don't even understand what I'm not even certain I'm doing anything right now.
Fierce gale.
Fierce Gale? What are you talking about? Still alive, huh? You've gotten stronger, it seems. Corporal! Johnny G! Get out of the way! Major! Lieutenant!
What?
Johnny G, we'll take it from here.
Whomst? Are we on Mars? Why is the sky red? Oh.
Follow my lead. I won't always have your back, you know. Deegan class, huh?
Oh.
I know you won't, but you need to remember. Besides, we both know I'm the superior pilot. Just focus on defeating these with it.
Fine. But someday you'll be
This really is too Japanese. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I wanted to give it a chance. I wanted to believe that it could be a I wanted to believe it could be potentially like, oh, this is fine, you know.
The Order's objectives have been achieved. Initiating return sequence.
I wanted to believe that maybe it could be enjoyable. And, you know, I don't know. I thought like maybe it wouldn't be, it might be too, I didn't want to judge a book by its cover. So I opened the book and inside was manga and I was like, oh, well, fuck. Maybe I should have judged it by its cover. I can't read Japanese. I don't know what's going on.
I would be happy to provide any information you need for future orders. Do you have any questions?
Fucking, what? No. My only question is, can I leave? I'm done. I can't do this game. Yeah, cool. Yeah, guess what I'm gonna fucking immediately do? Like, I appreciate your game, but unfortunately... Let's just fuck around with whatever golf this is. There's a golf in here. We're gonna figure out what kind of golf this is. Oh, what is it? Where's... It's not here. There's no... hold on. Am I stupid? Am I missing it, or is it not here? Solomon's Key is here. Don't worry. Win Fight Baseball, Donkey Kong Double Dragon. There's no golf. It's Nest open above Balloon Fight. Oh, indeed it is. I don't... Clubhouse. What? How fucking much content is there in this game? What is it with golf games in this time frame? It was obvious because there was a Monty Mole in a golf club. I just didn't. My eyes glaze over. Fuck it. Just stroke play. Just alone. US course, I guess. New game, I guess. Yeah, sure. Try to golf well. Thanks. Is this the prequel to Mario Golf for Game Boy Color? Is this where Mario got his start? Jesus Christ. Is that out of bounds? Thank you. Okay, let's do a slower swing. There. Oh, well, cool. Rough. Hold on. 118 yards remaining. So I want to do, like... Fuck. Please, God, go in the goddamn hole. No! I'm not changing my fucking category for this shit. Are you kidding me? I don't understand what the point is of having a slow, medium, or fast swing. I guess it's in case I want to just do it real quick, but God. You know what? There's worse places to be. What? Why the fuck would I use a wood out of the goddamn rough? Whatever. Who gives a shit anymore? Just fucking... let me just clobber this fucker out of the fucking rough. Never mind. Yeah, I don't... Maybe that's supposed to indicate you're supposed to try and do medium? I don't know. I don't understand. All right, here we go. Fuck! Oh, it didn't actually go in the water. For birdie, you say? Wow, that, hill was more than I was ready for. Great. I landed in the rough because I didn't aim correctly. I have no concept of how to fucking do this. Okay. That works for me. Yes. I knew it! Those fucking trees. I knew the goddamn trees would get me. In the end. Fuck. I tried to do the Mario Golf thing, and it did not take that. It did not take kindly to that idea. I don't understand how to putt in this. I have no concept of how well I putt. You know what I mean? Also, what's going on with Peach's face? Is she okay? She's kind of cross-eyed, like, staring. I gotta say, Mario Golf for Game Boy Color is definitely a significant improvement upon this formula. There's just it's just incredible how many games they did with this exact same formula. But like how many of them are like 10 times better than this and better than NES Golf. It's honestly just astonishing how much they like really figured out quick the formula with which to work under which to work, I suppose I should say. Okay. Cool. You don't goddamn say. Okay. At the very least, I have a good enough understanding of how to do these golf games that I can kind of figure it out a little bit. I'm 5 over right now. Which isn't good, but I honestly don't have any fucking clue where it's gonna land. Hopefully not in the middle of the river. Okay, that's better than the middle of the river at least. I think I'm at least like able to make some of these choices work. I think, but God, it's just every single one of these games has an entirely different system of every single part of it. You know what I mean? Every single one has a different idea as to what wind does, as to how to determine where you're gonna land. Like you do, like I'm pretty sure NES Golf gave you an idea of where your ball is gonna land, not just what direction you're gonna hit it in. Okay, I'm just gonna aim straight for the pin. Fuck it. Fuck. Fucking Pac-Man up here. Hanging out. What does this green even look like in real life? Seriously. What would this green even look like? It all slopes in one direction. Is this a fucking 45-degree angle? Oh, yeah. That's... Thankfully, I got that fucking putt in. Oh, this is horse shit. This is fucking garbage. What even... How the fuck am I supposed to know where I'm gonna land the ball? Am I supposed to understand how far 200 yards is on this made up fucking system of greens and shit? Like, I don't get this. Okay. What's the wind like? I know, but like, I understand that. So I understand, like, okay, rest 54 yards, sandwich 99 yards. So that means that full distance is 99, so I should be aiming about a little bit higher than half to get to the pin. But when I'm driving, I have no concept of how far away everything is, and the little pixel thing doesn't actually change with distance at all. I didn't change my spin at all. So, like, I'll demonstrate next hole when I have a chance. Oh, that's actually not a bad approach. Or not approach, I suppose, but... Fuck. And there's no concept of when you're putting how to fucking aim this shit in a way that doesn't get it to just go right over the top. So here we are, par 4. I have all these different little blobby things, right? So if I change slow, medium, fast, I have no concept of how far that is. If I change my clubs, all that it changes is I just have a vague aiming thing. It's more like real golf in that sense that, like, it thinks it's just like you're aiming based on where you think it's going to end up, and you gotta just kind of gauge it. But it doesn't really translate, in my opinion at least, because I have no fucking concept how far away these little blobby things are from the hole. There's no markers that are like, oh, here's this how much. So I feel completely and totally unable to actually accomplish the task at hand. Like, I don't have the information requisite to be able to do this. And if I wanted to do it this way, I'd just fucking go play real golf. You know what I mean? Got stuck in a Pac-Man. And there's just no telling with this what the fucking distance you need to choose is. It's like... It really is just this movement, like, of going... This choice of, like, playing these games in the reverse. Because my first golf games were, like, Mario Golf for N64 and Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. And now to be back doing this one, which is, like, clearly inferior in every regard. There is no discussion that we can have about, like, oh, no, you're just bad at it. Like, no, there's no way someone could argue that Mario Golf for Game Boy Color is actually legitimately worse than this. It's just a matter of, like, it's clunky, it's weird. Like, this is even... Honestly, like, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, maybe, but this is worse than the regular NES Golf was. Like, that was more responsive and, like, easier to understand what was going on. And didn't play the same goddamn song over and over again. It had no sound whatsoever. This is, like, the inferior fucking... This is the inferior version of NES Golf. And I guess one could argue, like, you gotta do the math in your head of, like, oh, that's clearly out of bounds, of, like, if the pin is, so rest is 334. I don't know if 421 yards is the full distance or what, but I have to imagine it means, like, okay, so I need to aim for the fairway. And if I use a 1-wood and I get 234 yards, then even though there's a straight shot to the pin, I have to go along this curving path. So that means I might get halfway up it, or like a third of the way up the lighter green fairway portion. And that's if I can fucking nail the shot. You know what I mean? Like, I have to really do well on that regard. Oh, Jesus. At least I understand how to approach now. Gotten rather good at that, considering I've had to fucking do it a bunch. So this is a green that's interesting. No Pac-Man today. Nope. There was a Pac-Man. There was a Pac-Man bunker earlier. I seriously don't know why Peach is here. I don't know what she's there for. Yay. Did it say 642 yards? Holy fuck. Okay. Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna try and just go like over the top of this. That, you know what? That works for me. That's fine by me. This game is... I never thought I would find a golf game that was actually worse than just regular old NES golf. But this game really takes the fucking cake. I don't know, like, there's, like... In my mind, there are golf games that are, like, fully intuitive, and then others that are fully, like, realistic. You know what I mean? And, like... Wii Sports Golf is fully intuitive. Like, it's all about the feeling of it, the sensation of it. And it's not based on like a lot of numbers. Whereas other games, there are some that are like really there are some games that are really 410 like there are some games where it's like it's just all numbers and you just have to understand precisely how to do it and all that stuff. And those are fine. But this is this weird middle ground. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like, PGA golf, I assume, is probably, like, relatively, PGA golf, I assume, is, like, very information heavy, you know? I've never played it, but I'm going to assume that it is. Ooh, that would have been neat. Didn't happen. This green is shaped like the Grand Canyon. There we go. Is that par? I am fucking 13 over. That is incredible. I just won a tournament in fucking Mario Golf for Game Boy Color by 5 under, and here I am just absolutely decimating any chance of having any respect by any golf community. Just full on losing terribly. to NES NES Open. Yeah, they're gonna fucking come in here and they're gonna be like the NES Open, not even NES Open, all golf game purveyors and players. Like, everybody who's ever played Mario Golf is gonna come in here and be like, man, you suck. You're the worst. Can't even get fucking par in NES Open. And it's like, well, what about you? What have you done? And then they're like, I have my fucking top score in NES Open is 10 under par on the fucking hardest course. Fucking get good, nerd. I'm gonna just fucking be wrecked. They're gonna dunk on me. I'm gonna deserve it too. All right, here we fucking go. That's actually a reasonable drive. Thank God. Yeah, it's going to be either the NES Open golf community or just regular golf players are going to be like, I could figure this out. And it's like, how could you? You couldn't. Shut up. And you find out they've been playing this since it fucking came out. Oh, cool. And they're like, this game is the ultimate in Mario Golf experience. It is the perfect Mario Golf game. It's going to be like, how? And it's like, no. Toadstool Tour, get that fucking shit out of here. They've got warp pipes in there. It's ridiculous. Donkey Kong? No. This is a real Mario Golf experience. Oh, God. I'm going to deserve it, too. Okay, so... yeah, let's do backspin 1, and then just, like... oh, shit. That's not good. That's the river. Yeah. I'm gonna... this is gonna be, like... damn. Did I actually... I managed... honestly, that was, like, the best putt I've gotten this entire game so far. What is with these stupid goddamn dog legs? Are you shitting me? You fucking seeing this? What is this trash? Oh, Jesus. I'm in the goddamn bunker. This is why I play Mario Golf. He's got me now. I have no frame of reference for how far I need to putt. I have absolutely no concept of how hard I need to putt. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. All right. I'm sure that if I were to spend the time getting really good at this game, I could get really good at this game. I think this game is consistent enough in its logic and systems to be able to be understood. And there's a Pac-Man. See? You see him? There he is. Fucking, I'm pointing at him right now, kind of. This boyo. That's a Pac-Man right there. Tell me I'm wrong. Ooh, that was an okay shot. Come to rest. Come to rest. Come to rest. Okay. I think I'm going to be able to pull this off. Okay, this is this is notable to me that I say I could get better at it. 2 slimes just fucked and made a baby slime. Oh god, 16 over par. Look at all those frowny faces. Nice round. Keep up the good work. It wasn't a nice round. Don't be a... Get out of here. Let's go back to where we started. Let's get back to where we started here. I think it's one of those games that, like, if I could learn the logic of it and make sense of what's happening, I could probably there we go. I think if I were to spend a lot of time playing that NES Open, I could probably figure out how to make it work, but it wouldn't be like actually being good at it. It's just understanding how to make those systems work to your advantage. Were you able to get into the game? Because I went and looked through the list, and I looked, and I was like, I don't see your name here unless you're under a different account than the one you've friended me with. There we go. Well, this was a gigantic waste of time of a stream. I accomplished nothing. I got grumpy. All I've demonstrated is that I have I had too many demos on my Switch, and now I don't have any, and I don't think I feel better. I don't usually, but I thought that in the one that you said you got into, I went through the list and I tried to find your name and I couldn't see it. If you say you're there, you were there. I'm not gonna continue to be like, maybe not. Oh, fucking with this gosh dang. With the gosh dang. And the whatnot. Fucking deal with it. This game just gave me the opportunity to just repeatedly send line after line after line to all these different people. And man, it's good to take revenge sometimes. Yeah, you're goddamn right, KO. They all gave up. Man, I'm really trying and not succeeding. Shit. Is this fatigue? This is loss. It's not even the use of that meme. I don't know. I've been making some really embarrassing hard drop mistakes lately, which I don't know how to feel about that. But I think I was saying something, but I don't care what it was anymore. It was something of importance, I suppose, maybe. Probably not. I'm just trying to get through, trying to survive. You can tell by the way I use my walk in the woods, man. No time to talk. Is that how that song goes, or am I making up lyrics that don't actually exist again? Because I have a tendency to just sort of have my own mental lyrics that aren't correct, but that sound close enough that I never question them. And then someone's like, no, the lyric is this particular thing. And I'm like, oh, that's not even fucking close to what I was saying. Last time it was the Run DMC song, It's Tricky, which I did not know the lyrics to at all. Or I think I do, but I kind of get the semi-correct lyrics. Got a KO. Good for me. All right. Let's see if I can't get some kind of something. Some kind of something. A little something something, you know what I'm saying? Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Can someone give me a noun? Just a noun. I want to try and just go on a bit. Try to do a proper noun. But proper nouns can be valid. It just depends. It can be any person, place, thing. Try not to do any famous people, though. Unless they're, like, historical figures, in which case... In fact, just try to avoid people. Otherwise, a noun. Fuck me, man. Why am I so bad about this? Nope. Out. Blimp. Or Zeppelin. Okay. I'm not going to change my strategies too much. Blimp is fine. No, I just needed one. Hello, welcome to the first annual Blimp Races in Skytown, the place that we live, that I felt the need to elaborate on. My name is Jimothy. And I'll be your Blimp Race commentator for today. Sponsored by Sky Pizza Hut. No out Sky Pizzas, the Sky Pizza Hut. Folks, we got a crazy Blimp Race ahead of us today. As you all know, Jamantha, Jamantha and Tamantha Simons, the amazing twin sister blimp racing duo, are defending their title against Dan, a challenger from Ground Place. Yes, the fabled Ground Place we've all heard of and claimed was not real. Well, guess what? It is, and they want to get in on these blimp races. Let's go down to the track. Let's get an interview with Dan. Dan, what's going on with you today? What's your fucking deal? I want to raise enough money to send my kids to college, and I don't want to have to work for it. So I know you guys up here in Sky World have lots of cash, so I'm gonna fucking take it. I'm gonna fucking take it. That's what I'm gonna do, and you're gonna have to just live with that. Bold words from Dan, but we're gonna have to see if his blimp racing can put his meaning where his mouth is. Let's go over to Jamantha and Tamantha. Ladies, how are you doing, first of all? Sorry, I forgot. They took a vow of silence, so they won't be speaking to me or anyone else in the press. Probably. Well, that's our pre-race coverage. Unlike on Ground Place, we fucking... Unlike on Groundland, we do not fuck around with like a 3-hour pre-game, pre-show, whatever. And they're off. Oh my god. Oh, holy shit. They're really fucking racing and racing. Now, it appears that the Jamantha and Tamantha, in an act of coercion, have bargled the Snarvledoo, which, as we all know, is legal only as the result of this most recent convention on blimp race rules. But, man, we're going to be working at this race for a while. They are going a rip-roaring 15 miles an hour, which in the sky looks even slower. So stay tuned for the next 6.5 days of coverage for the blimp races in Skyworld. I'm your host, Jimothy. I enjoy that Jimothy explains to his audience things they already know, but for the purposes of our audience. It's really kind of him. Like, all of his people already know the rules of Skyland, of Sky Place, and all that. Oh God. I'm gonna go with Tree now, because I have Tree in the chat. It's like cricket. It's based on something I saw about cricket once. Honey, I'm home. Audience applauds. Cheers. Hi, sweetheart. How was your day at work? It was no big deal, but it sure is weird being a paper pusher when you're a tree. Audience cheers, laughs heartily. Well, I prepared a big old meal of non-fixed nitrogenized dirt for us. Oh, honey, you know that I don't like it when you fix my nitrogen for me. Well, you've had a long day, so I'm just trying to make sure everything's good. Young Tree enters the scene and says, "Oh gosh, oh golly, being a tree is a folly." Audience cheers and laughs for they recognize this returning character as well as their catchphrase. What's the matter, sport? Bad time playing. Trying to think of what sports do trees play? Bad time playing stickball again? No, I just got made fun of, Audience Oz. Well, what for, son? Everybody said I'm a weirdo because I'm an evergreen. Audience Oz again. This audience is very noisy this weekend. We're gonna have to rein them in. Ah, shit. Welcome back, Need for Speedruns. Well, son, if you're being treated poorly by your friends, I would say they don't sound like friends to me. They told me to make like a tree and get out of here. Everybody in the audience laughs, recognizing the Back to the Future reference. Ants who can't stop building anthills. I actually can kind of let's do a scene on that. I like that idea. I think that's enough of a change of pace. I kind of forced the tree one. Interior anthill. That was the fucking funniest goddamn joke I've ever made in my entire life. I'll never surpass that one because we're on, you know, it's like interior, but you can't see the interior. Anyway. Interior anthill. My liege, said the butler to the ant queen. Our most recent worker ants have returned, and they have to report that they have something to report about other things. All right, bring him in, says the queen, who sounds just like me for some reason. So, I don't know. I can't. I've lost the thread. I can't do it. This scene's not worthwhile. It's essentially, what the fuck do you think you're doing? We're just building. I mean, you're just building. I'm just building. What do you mean you can't just keep saying you're just building. We're just building. Queen, we have tortured them and interrogated them for days, and all they say is they're just building. They're just building fools. Well, stop building so many goddamn anthills, you fucking maniacs. We only have so many resources. You didn't get the proper zoning permits filed. And that's gonna get all the ant regulators all kinds of fucked up. They're gonna be going wild. And you just won't, and you won't even lament your choices. Nah, we're just building. Just some building fools. You're ordered to stop building. Nah, won't do it. What do you mean you won't do it? I won't do it. You would refuse a direct order? Yeah. This is the stupidest. Please save me from my own stupid thing. You're a bank teller. I didn't get a chance to read the rest. I was attacked. Is that the scene is that the scene now though? I was attacked by Tetris. All right, I want to read this scene. Oh, Christ. What even? Yeah, just kill me. Your coin is replaced with chicken nuggets, and the bills are replaced with chicken strips and French fries. We were helpless to have an input delay. Interior bank. Druid is sitting at his till and has a book. The book is Alice in Wonderland. Druid looks at it and opens his book and looks at his bookmark. And when he opens his till to ring up some customer who's like, "Hey, I need to cash this check," I'm like, "All right." Open my till. It's chicken nuggies. It's nuggies and French fries and chicky strips. So what I would do next is I would turn to the person next to me and be like, "Hey, hey, hey, hey." And they'd be like, "Why are you whispering? This is a bank, not a library." And I'd be like, "Hey, sorry, I'm new here. Is this a common prank? Have I been punked? Is Ashton here? Where is he? Where's Ashton? Is Ashton here? Is Ashton here? Is he here? Is he going to punk me?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Hey, well, here's the skinny, Jack." And they're like, "What? Why do you talk like this?" I turn away from my till for a moment to look at my book, turn back, and what do I have in my drawer? But chicken nuggies, chicky strips, and fucking Frenchy fries. And they're like, okay. And I don't got no money in there. There's just chicky strips. There's no, well, let me look at that. Okay. So they take a look at my drawer and they're like, "Yep, them's some chicky nuggies. Them some chicky strips." There's that. I mean, we should probably call our manager over. So they call over their manager, whose position is like not assistant manager, but like manager, like designated manager on duty or something like that. And it's like, why do you have these weird titles for your managers? And they're like, "Hey, Druid here didn't, we could pat him down, but I don't think he stole this money. And there's all these chicky nuggies and chicky strips in Druid's till now. And I mean, we can't, that's not legal tender. I mean, it's legally chicken tender." And then the audience laughs and everybody's like, "Wait, what the fuck was that?" And the till person is like, "I didn't hear anything." And then the other till person and I are like, Are we in a bit? Are we in a fucking bit right now? It's like, okay, do something say something else that would be like a definite joke. And it's like, okay, I don't know. I can't think of jokes on the spot, I say to them. And they're like, "You're a fucking Twitch comedian. How the fuck can you not think of jokes? How is that even possible?" And I'm like, "Look, it just is. We're gonna have to wait for another opportunity to present itself." And like, and the person who runs the bank is like, like, "All right, well, let me use my radio that I have on my hip to radio my manager, who isn't the manager of the store still. There's still another level before GM. Let me radio my assistant manager." So they radio the assistant manager, and you can hear it from across the room. You just hear like, "We have an issue over at Druid Till," and they just hear it across the room. I'm very good at Tetris. That's how I KO'd someone after death. And so that manager walks over, and the other manager walks away, and I'm like, "When did I even get this job?" I don't remember applying for this job, so I'm not certain why I'm here. And the teller's like, yeah, I don't remember you applying for this job or starting with it either, but we gotta make it work. So the other person goes over, he's like, I see the problem. I see what the issue is. It's like, you've obviously upset a lesser god. There's lesser divinity. And I'm like, what do you mean a lesser divinity? How does that work? Like, well, you see, banks are run not by humans, but by the Fae. The who? The Fae. They're very popular on Tumblr right now. You like fairies? They don't prefer the word fairies. They're the gentry to you, you peasant. Like, so what do I gotta do? And it's like, well, you must offer them something. But what? Is a chicken nugget not a good enough offering? No, not to someone who doesn't eat. Audience laughs, both the other teller and I, and nobody else reacts. Seriously, are we in a bit right now? Because I would be really weirded out and not okay with that. What if we're not in a bit, but just in a dream, and I'm in charge of it? I say to them. They're like, why do you keep narrating what you're doing? And then they're like, I mean, it's possible that we're in a dream of yours, but then who the fuck am I? Like, I have a family. I have children. We can't end this dream. You could wake up, but you have a life to go back to. I don't. It's like, wow, dude, you're having an existential crisis right now. It's like, yeah, I'm having an existential crisis. I've spent my entire life doing everything totally normally, all the way right, got a job that was respectable. I'm working my way up the corporate ladder right now, and then you come along, get some fucking chicken nuggets in your goddamn cash drawer. And we not only can't get any assistance, we've been told it's a magical source of things to consult tumblr.com. And the fucking, I don't actually exist. So yeah, I'm having a bad day. If this is my dream, can we take a lunch? What do you mean, can we take a lunch? Can we take a lunch, do you think? I mean, yeah, I guess we can kind of do whatever we want. Sick. Let's eat these nuggets. And then we mac on some nugs. Until that's the battle theme of my dreams. The Federal Reserve is extremely upset because it's against federal law to destroy legal tender. And because the chicken nuggies were unknown to be either legal tender or chicken nuggies, we have to assume they still are used as valid currency. And so they're here to arrest me and take me to jail. I plead the fifth, of course. I don't talk to the cops. And they're like, we can't get through to him. We gotta bring in the good cop and the bad cop. They only have one of each. They're stretched very thin. And I'm like, oh man, oh gosh, oh golly, I hope my friend is okay. My friend wasn't arrested, I don't think. Did I say they were? I don't remember anymore. I don't remember my own bit from like a little while ago. And so, oh, farnk, and then I die in Tetris and wake up. Grandmaster Champion Manager. I wake up and come out of my salt pod in the salt power plant from a couple streams ago. What just happened to me in there? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who apparently, by the way, in this headcanon, she not only does everything she does at Capitol Hill, which is a lot, and also researches everything, but she also has time to personally manage me and my salt power plant situation. So she's a busy person, but she keeps up with it very well. And she's like, I don't know. There was like an unexpected glitch in the system in a way that we weren't ready for. We were just trying to induce the salt the way we normally do, but something changed. And I'm like, what do you mean something changed? And they're like, it's like there's some kind of overarching villain that we need to defeat in the course of the expanded salt power universe that you know from a past life. And I'm going to be like, I don't know who the fuck that would even be. I don't have enemies. And they're like, are you sure you don't have enemies? I thought I didn't have enemies, says Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's also my best friend in this scenario. But I do now. So maybe there's somebody that you've forgotten that you need to rectify things with. And I'm like, oh man. And then she's like, okay, well, go home. We've got enough salt power to power America for 50 more years, but we're just trying to get the reserves, the battery reserves built up so that we can run on salt power forever from you as a source. That's what we're doing. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll go home then. Because I could use a salt break, you know what I mean? I'll watch some Star Trek Discovery and we'll reconvene tomorrow. And she's like, you can't watch Star Trek Discovery, it makes you too salty. I was like, oh fuck, you're right. I'd like to save that for my workplace. Got to make sure you gotta reserve some salt from the workplace, you know what I mean? So I go home and I watch The Big Short because that's what makes me not salty. It's actually kind of hit or miss on whether or not it makes me salty. And I fall asleep on my couch. I order a pizza to get my electrolytes up. And I fall asleep on my couch and I'm like... when an invisible intruder sneaks into my room in the dead of night. Oh no! Who is it? And they leave a calling card in my house to indicate who they are. And not because I don't know who they are, but for the dramatic effect. Before we can zoom on the mark, oh man, commercial break, Pizza Hut. I want that goo in my face. Who's my arch nemesis? Fuck. Oh. No. That's not a particularly good one. You know what? I think I might have one. So I go back to Salt Power headquarters the next day and I'm like, I got this note underneath my door. Not even underneath my door. It was on the pillow next to me, along with a little bit of drool from my mouth, because I was sleeping super hard. And when I sleep super hard, I drool a little bit, just a little tiny bit. I want to think of it as adorable, but others might find it gross. And Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is like, I'm gonna ignore everything you just said, because not only is it not relevant, it's so irrelevant that if we get hung up on that, we'll be here all fucking day. So. We've run it all our scans. We know everything we can do to it. But this icon is a reference to to Rareware. And I'm like, Rareware? But I don't have anything against Rareware. I love Banjo-Kazooie. And it's like, well, did you open the note yet? And it's like, no, I haven't. And for plot's sake, neither have you, for reasons. Well, we scanned it and there's no toxins in it, so feel free to pop that shit open and let's take a fucking look-see. Says somebody else that's not Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, because we all know she's too professional to swear profusely in a setting like that's a workplace like that. Welcome to me standing Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as hard as I can. So I pop that shit open and it says, Druid, your the U's are written there. Your poor behavior, it's gonna come back to bite you in the dick. You fuck, you idiot, you absolute bastard. I hate you, and I'm going to end you and your little salt power friends. And I'm like, holy fuck, that sounds really dangerous and bad for all of our organization. And AOC, who is a real fucking champ at all times, is like, don't worry, we're gonna work through this as a team. You, me, and 5 other unnamed characters who we haven't gotten to yet, but I'm sure will make appearances in future Salt Power expanded universe stories. And I'm like, cool. So they're like, we gotta fly you out to London is Rare based in London. We gotta fly you out to England so you can talk to Rare and or Platonic and see what their fucking deal is. And I'm like, okay. So cut to in the airport. I'm walking through and I'm like, God, I fucking hate walking through airports. Fucking, they're just exhausting. There's people everywhere, and like there's like police officers everywhere, but not like real police officers, like TSA officers who like in this bizarre like semi-state, this liminal world of the airport where a Big Mac costs $15, like fucking everything is just weird, and we have to just live with the bizarreness of the reality, and like everyone's watching you all the time. There's that weird announcement overhead at all times about if you see any unattended baggage, please report it to your nearest TSA, Transportation Security Administration officer, and allow them to deal with it. Do not touch it, and do not leave any bags unattended. It's like, fuck. It's just weird, and like there's this California pizza kitchen, and like you can tell that the people who work there, like, they really want to do a good job, but like, what the fuck, airport California pizza kitchen? Why do you exist like this? Anyway, I'm flying coach, obviously, so I'm bored, and I get to my seat, and there's somebody already there, but like they're there with like somebody else who was sitting next to me, and I'm like, sorry, I think my seat is the one that you're sitting in right now. And they're like, oh, I'm just sitting with my significant other here. Can we still sit together until the plane takes off? And I was like, well, not really, because I kind of gotta get my stuff like figured out. Like I have like tons of anxiety issues, in case you can't tell just by looking at how like much I am not making eye contact with anybody, and like I'm kind of shaking a little bit. So I could really use like the opportunity to relax prior to the flight, because I don't really love airplanes. I'm not a huge fan of flying. And they're like, well, we're not huge fans of flying either, so like why can't you just fucking deal with it the way that we are? And it's like, you have an unfair advantage here because you have a friend and I'm alone. So like by that very merit, like you guys can like interact with each other and like pack bond and like be human with each other. but I'm all alone. And this scene is an important metaphor to reinforce not only how much society does not appreciate my contributions to salt power, but they also it shows how separated I am from society now that I'm a power source instead of a person. And it's like, man, am I even really a person anymore? So anyway, I'm like, okay, well, where's your seat? We can just trade seats. And I can just sit there and you can sit here and we can just live with that. That would make a lot more sense than this weird thing you've got going on. And they're like, hey, buddy, you don't need to be so rude about it. And it's like, look, you're the one who's on an airplane trying to change the fucking rules. We're all in this shit together. And fucking the system of air travel sucks so many dicks that we have to make it better for each other. And you're not even doing that. I've never seen this happen before. I don't know how you can even be rude on an airplane. It's the one place I've never seen anyone be rude for some reason. And they're like, well, chill, buddy. You could just fucking go sit in my seat then. Here's where my seat is. And I'm like, all right, fine. And they're like, up yours, dude. And I'm like, well, you know what? Heck you too, Karen. And the guy's like, I'm not even named Karen. It's like, whatever. It's metaphorical. So I go back to their seats. So I go to their seat. I sit down. And, you know, it's a flight. It's air travel. It blows. You know, you just kind of fucking spend a while going through it, and it's like, we gotta, here's you are on this particular aircraft, and we've got our own cute little video that uses references to internet culture to teach you about our security policies, which are the same as everybody else's security policies. Every plane is the fucking same. Why the fuck is there a different security video every goddamn time? It's like, oh, we're with Americans, so we're going to show you our flight attendants, who we internally almost certainly refer to as stewardesses, which is sexist and wrong. We're going to show you them wandering around a set where a bunch of people do some synchronized swimming outside of water to fucking demonstrate our security measures, you know? And I'm like, fuck, can we get off the goddamn ground already? We got off the ground, fucking finally. And I'm like, Jesus, I need to relax. I need to read my book. And so I start reading my book, but I didn't plan. You know that thing that happens whenever you choose reading material for a plane, where you're like, I need something that's going to be long. I'm going to be on this flight for fucking 9.5 hours, so I need a lot of words. I need a lot of words. And then you get there and you start reading it and it's like, oh, Jesus, this is like this big, thick, it's like this unwieldy economics book about the euro and the European Union and the ways in which it won't work. And it was written in 2016, and so it looks weird that it's like kind of ahead of like the Brexit vote. And it was written like a couple years prior to that. And so it's like, oh, fuck, okay. And, like, there's, like, footnotes every, like, few, there's footnotes every few, like, every few sentences, and the footnotes are, like, at the back of the book, and, like, you have to go back to it, and so it's like, I don't want to read this anymore. I wish I had brought some lighter reading. But when you were leaving to get on the plane, you were like, I don't need light reading. I don't need more than one book. Or like you went to the airport bookstore because you're me and that's the only place you shop, that's the only time you shop for books ever. And so you went to the airport bookstore and you're like, this looks cute, and then you buy it and you're like, this isn't really what I want to read. I don't want to read fucking Gone Girl on a plane. Like, I'm already anxious enough. I don't need to fucking read an anxiety-inducing book on a fucking airplane. That seems like a fucking redundant path to do. So you just kind of sit there and dick around your phone with that. You don't have the in-flight Wi-Fi because you're too goddamn poor to spend fucking all this money on Wi-Fi. And I'm like sitting there salty as fuck. And I'm like, God, why? I can't even go and do my salt job because someone's threatening my livelihood. And they're based out of Rare, so I gotta be on this plane for another fucking 9.5 hours, and I can't afford any Wi-Fi. And then the fucking airplane people come by and they're like, we don't have any peanuts because there's someone with allergies on the plane. It's like, you never have peanuts. There's always someone with allergies. Why do you even fucking bother to say that anymore? Stop stocking peanuts. Stop buying peanuts. It's not worth your fucking money as a company. And they're like, you seem awfully salty, so it's good we don't have any peanuts for you. Here's some fucking Biscoff cookies that you don't want. And I'm like, cool. Cookies. I need the fucking sweet. What I need is to have my blood sugar raised on this goddamn stupid airplane. So we arrive in England, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go to my hotel. And like, for some reason, the government didn't skimp on the hotel. It skipped on the goddamn airfare. Probably because it was a last minute booking and they were like, we just gotta get you on a plane out tonight so we can take care of this. We can go back to generating salt power. We can't have you being killed, but we can use you as like a weird James Bond surrogate. And so I get to my hotel and they're like, Mr. Streams, it's good of you to join us. And I'm like, do I know you? No. But you have helped to... Your salt power has been exported around large parts of the European Union, so we are able to reduce our power and meet our Paris Climate Accord stuff through your wonderful efforts. Thank you so much. And I'm like, wow, I'm being appreciated for once. That's weird. And then I'm like, okay, so can I get my room key now? And they're like, of course, sorry, I just wanted to gush a bit about how much you've done for this world. And I'm like, this is the opposite of what I wanted. I just want people to be like a little bit less grumpy in this world. I don't want people to be like all fawning over me about how great I am and how much I've done for America or the Europe or whatever. I want people to it further shows my alienation from society that I'm going through. And I get to my room and I'm like, oh, this is a nice room. This is a nice hotel room. And I'm like, I walk in to the bathroom and I'm like, this is a nice hotel room. And I see the bed and I do that thing that everybody does with beds where they flop on the bed and it's like, oh, cool, I flopped on the bed. This is comfy. This is nice. There's like 19 pillows on it, but that's fine because you know what? Like, it's better than having too few. Like, there's options, and they're, like, labeled for reasons. It's kind of tacky, but it's kind of funny. I don't know. I like that hotel quality about that stuff. Anyway. Shit. And I'm like, and I go into, and I'm like, you know, because my flight, I took a red-eye flight, so... You know, I didn't have a chance to shower between salt power and between the night when I got the envelope, for the sake of continuity here. The time between I got the envelope and on my pillow next to my bed, no mint, just envelope, and right now it's been like 18 hours since that morning when I woke up, and I flew straight from salt power to England to confront Rareware. And so I need a shower. I'm kind of grody, and like you go through, you know, even though I haven't like done any physical activities or anything, like I don't know, being on a plane makes me feel gross. So like, I turn the shower on, and I don't know what it is with everybody else. Everybody else says that you can't ever figure out hotel showers at the first go, but I feel maybe my shower is so weird and complex in my own house that like I'm just immune to that now. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, cool, fine, wonderful. And I like get out and I'm like, I take a quick shower. While I'm showering, dramatic irony, cut to fucking camera pans over and someone's breaking into my hotel room and they grab my government issued MacBook that I have for reasons. Definitely not because Apple sponsored this movie. And they start going through it, and I'm like, dum-de-dum, dum-de-dum, dum-dum, singing a song that we got the rights to, ah-ba-doo-ba-da. I'm fucking singing, I don't know. I sing weird songs in the shower. I'm singing, like, fucking... I'm singing the fucking Battle Hymn of the Republic for some reason, and then like just the guitar solo part to Hotel California. Like I just sing weird shit in the shower. And then like I pause my. This is the most real thing I've ever admitted to, by the way. I pause to go on a long rant about the ethics of capitalism, and they're just like, wow, this guy's unhinged. And so I they close my MacBook back, and they climb out of the window, which is how they came in, I guess. And I walk out, and for comedic effect and to challenge gender roles, I have a very long towel that goes around my that I wear up around my chest, and the audience chuckles because they're like, look at this fucking guy. This guy couldn't do any kind of spy shit even if he tried. And I'm like, humst. There's a draft from this window that I definitely didn't open. And there's suction cup marks on the window. And also, I could have sworn that I had a tab open on my government-issued MacBook that was about the phonology of Irish Gaelic for some reason that I opened in late 2018 and never closed and never will. Oof. And I'm like, wow, okay. And I call back, and I don't know. It's like 9 p.m. in DC, so it's like fine. It's whatever. But like, it's nighttime, and someone is sitting in the control booth at Salt Power, and is like, oh, we got a call from Streams. What do you want to put it on speaker? And they're like, yeah, put him through. And I'm like, hey, did you guys mess with my MacBook at all? And they're like, what does that even mean? And I'm like, I had a tab open that I was going to get to later. I was not going to get to it later. That's a lie. It will never happen. That's the most fictional part of this story, is that I would ever get to that tab. And they're like, no one touches your MacBook. We know by this point, after one of us opened it in the middle of the night. And one of us opened it once when we were just like, hey, I wonder what Druid looks at. And you had a fucking video about bosun's calls, botswain's calls. And it just started playing really fucking loud, and it hurt all of our ears all at once, and we never asked you about it. And I was like, oh yeah, that! I was definitely going to get back to that eventually. I never got back to that. That only closed because my computer restarted or I updated or something. Anyway, and so they're like, no, we don't know what you're talking about. We don't know what's going on. And I'm like, well, we might have, I might be being spied on. Do we have any connections in MI6? And they're like, no, we don't. We're not a spy organization. We just do the power. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. That's unfortunate, but it's fine. And they're like, okay, well, don't get yourself killed out there. And I'm like, cool. So, sorry, I remember the plane thing I wanted to say earlier. While I'm still... imagine this is now a novel and not a screenplay. The 2 bags of pretzels, because the person next to me didn't want theirs, and the 7/8 of a single Coke that I had. Just give me the fucking can, you know what I mean? Like, don't fucking pour 7/8 of a Coke into a cup with ice. Like, just give me, when you have the Coke on ice, just give me the goddamn can. You'd save all of us effort, and it would reduce the trash, because they throw away the can and the fucking cup. It's just silly. Anyway, that sits uneasy in my stomach, and I anxiously look forward to the time. So we've scheduled a meeting with Rareware to discuss with them the potential, the envelope, and they're like, and there's like a second meeting with Platonic the next day, and it's like, okay, we're gonna fucking figure this shit out. So I get to the first one, and they're like, hi, how can we help you? And I'm like, I don't know why you talk like you're in the service industry, but you are for some reason. Thank you for the follow, 21 Caramel Frap. I can't imagine why you would listen to this and be like, I need to follow. I need to know more. But thank you anyway. So then they're like, okay, well, what's the deal? And I'm like, here's this envelope that I got. You guys know anything about it? And they're like, and meanwhile, I'm like eyeing their like statue of Banjo-Kazooie that they have nearby, but it's like their nuts and bolts redesign, and I'm like, ugh. Gross. And they're like, I don't recognize this handwriting. We could compare it to all of our employees who are here, but I've been here since we were purchased by Microsoft, and I don't recognize this handwriting. And then somebody else is like, I don't know. It seems familiar, but I don't recognize it immediately. So whoever it was must have worked here very briefly, and then left. It's weird. I can't list. I can give you a list of names, and I'm like, yeah, go ahead and give it to me. And I'm like, whatever. So, fucking, I go to Platonic, and they give them the same information. They're like, no, we don't know who this is, but I think a couple of us who worked at Rare before it was acquired by Microsoft recognize this handwriting, but we can't place who it is exactly. And it's like, cool, you're not helping, but I appreciate you trying to help. And they're like, okay. So I go back home. No, sorry. I go back to my hotel. And then suddenly, bang, boom, crash, ow, fuck, shit, pain. A shocking sensation in the back of my neck. I go limp. I pass out. I awaken. There's a bag over my head. Oh, Frank, where am I? And they rip the bag off my head. And we're in an unmarked van with no windows. So why the bag was even there, I don't even know. I was unconscious the entire time, and they had to drag my unconscious body to get me into the vehicle. So like, it's like they were gonna not know that I was gonna be unconscious. And so I'm like, where, who, what? And then they're like, yeah, we finally have you, Druid Streams. And I'm like, oh, Frank. Who are you? And they're like, yeah, that's the question you should be asking. You never did respect me or my work. And I'm like, wait a minute. And then it flashes back to a thing that happened only a little while ago. So it doesn't really need a flashback, but like, that was because in the original like script there was like a whole extra sequence between now and earlier, which is a weird way of phrasing that on my part. But there was a thing that happened earlier. There's a cut scene where I go tasting food and it's escargot, and I'm like, wow, that's gross. And it's played for laughs, but there was cut in the director. It was cut in the theatrical release. It'll be on the Blu-ray. And so it flashes back to the Rare meeting, and I'm like, and they're like, yeah, it's somebody who used to work at Rare back in the day, but not anymore. Not since the Microsoft buyout. And I'm like, wait a minute. So someone who was there before the Microsoft buyout, but not for very long, and then was gone immediately after. You're the one who made Star Fox Adventures. And they're like, yes. And I'm like, no. Like, you ruined me with your salty rants about how bad my game was. And I was like, that ruined you? That was the thing that ruined you. Like, you didn't get ruined by when JonTron did it, or like the fact that your game sucked dick. And he slaps me across the face and he's like, don't you ever say that again about Star Fox. And I'm like, I'll say it as much as I fucking want. Star Fox Adventures was garbage. Slaps me again. I'm like, You will never break me. And he's like, I won't break you, but I can desaltify you. And I'm like, what? And he's like, here is my desaltifying machine that I have. And I'm like, what? No, I don't want to be desaltified. And he's like, your precious salty resources will be removed. And it's like a climactic sequence, and like damn, I was trying to really do that. And I was trying to Doc's right, the continuity is there. And so they're like, we're going to hook you up to this machine. It's going to drain the salt out of you, like the machine in The Princess Bride. Hold on, I need to take a quick intermission for drama. It's considered a commercial break. Commercial break. Get yourself a Coca-Cola. Drink yourself a Coca-Cola. Everybody loves Coca-Cola. Gotta drink yourself a Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. With that... that sick fucking pop you know and you love. Coca-Cola. Now back to the program. Druid Streams, you've been found guilty by me, the guy who isn't a real guy that made Star Fox Adventures, in an judicial court that's against the Geneva Conventions. It's like, wow, you really did seal yourself on that one. You didn't even fucking try to qualify it. Justice would not exist if it were not for me. It's like, I don't know about that. So this machine is like the machine from The Princess Bride, and I was like, I did say that earlier. And they're like, it's instead of draining life, the one in The Princess Bride, as I'm sure you well know, and I'm like, I do know. It doesn't drain water, it drains life. And like, well, this one doesn't drain life. It drains salt. And so I'm like, what does it replace the salt with? Nothing. You'll become apathetic for the rest of your days. And I'll be like, oh no. Because that means that not only would it drain the salt out of my system as it is, I would be unable to generate more salt for the remainder of everything. That's terrible. And they're like, now, let's see you crazy on Star Fox Adventures. Now, the machine's whirring up, and I'm like, oh no, oh Franck, oh shit. And I'm like, and I like I like go into my mind palace, which is accessible by me and everybody else in the salt organization, because they that's how they were able to get the salt out of me, was to connect the machines to my brain. So they have connection to that, and they're like, Druid, we're coming to get you. You just have to hold out for like roughly 10 to 15 minutes, but we know where you are. We're racing to get you. And I'm like, I don't know if I can last that long. He's got a machine that's gonna fucking unsaltify me. And it's gonna ruin all of our dreams of making the world carbon independent. And they're like, just hold on and remember, disco, disco, disco. And I'm like, what? Donna Summers? What? The Bee Gees? Saturday Night Fever? What does that have to do with anything? And so I pop back into my brain in the real life, and they're like, the salt machine is now, it's like, we've now started at 10%. Try criticizing Star Fox Adventures now. And I'm like, okay. So the C menu is fucking not as well implemented as one would think it would need to be, but the fact of the matter is, I actually criticize it a little bit more than I should in reality. It works better than I give it any credit for. It would kind of be ridiculous. The different powers and things that you use only get used for certain times in certain areas, so if you were to have it all on a menu you had to confront all the time, it would only show you how much content the game lacks because of the rush production from Nintendo. And they're like, yes, the desaltifying process is going brilliantly. I say brilliantly because I'm English, in case you can't tell by my accent. And I'm like, I couldn't tell by your accent. keep going. And I'm like, the Horn Quest isn't actually as bad as I remember it being, because honestly, as long as you're exploring the environments and you kind of get a sense of like how the map fits together and you pay attention to the game, which admittedly I didn't do a great job of doing, you can ensure that everything is going properly. And it's like, oh man, holy shit, I'm not criticizing the game anymore. This is so terrible. If I can't criticize Star Fox Adventures, a game that's like completely fucking broken and useless, dude, Nintendo's rushing it. Oh god, how am I gonna ever generate the salt for the future? And then the bad guy laughs evilly. Wahaha. Imagine that was an evil laugh. And I'm like, oh no, oh god, I have to remember, but I have to hold out. Star Fox Adventures, the Cloud Runner thing. Oh god, the Cloud Runner thing was mostly my fault for not investigating environments thoroughly enough. Oh god, oh no. The order was done so you went in a circle. Oh no. I'm like, they're gonna drain me of all the salt. And it's like, salt. We've not only managed to drain him, but we're getting the salt put into our reserves that we're gonna sell off on the black salt market. And we're gonna fucking use that for our power. And we're gonna sell it to I don't know, the Russians. And I'm like, oh no, not the Russians. For some reason, I believe that's bad. For reasons we have not gotten into in this universe. The Russians are the bad guys, I guess, kind of. Jesus. And I'm struggling, and I'm like, oh god, oh no, I need to remember. What did they tell me? Disco. I'm like, I don't understand. What? Disco? I couldn't possibly do a disco hatred. I don't hate disco unless they mean, and I suddenly realize, and their machines give an error, and they're like, sir, we've got an unknown error here. What do you mean an unknown error? It's something that makes them, I don't know. It's like the machines are being overloaded. Overloaded by what? By, oh god. And it's just like, you hear the intercom crackle, and I'm like, so, like, what the fuck is the deal with it being Star Trek if they're just gonna make it boring? Why did they even bother to fucking make it Star Trek if they're gonna make it boring in the wrong way? Like, it needs to be boring political stuff, not fucking boring, not boring fucking interpersonal drama I don't give a fuck about. I don't even understand. And it's like, oh no, oh god, Star Trek Discovery, the ultimate salt mine. So they fucking, spoilers for Discovery, he said sarcastically. Oh god, the sarcasm alone managed to blow one of our circuits. Keep the machine running. We have to make sure we drain him of the salt, or he'll break free, and then we don't even understand what might happen. So, like, what was the point of having Volk be in fucking Ash Tyler the entire time? Spoilers. If, like, it's not gonna amount to anything. Like, he got moved away from that, and he's just been put back on the spaceship. What, did it not test well or something? CBS? What the fuck is it? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's like twists from old Star Trek shows being slapped together and thrown haphazardly into a fucking salad of nonsense on this fucking show. Like, here's this fucking plot twist here's the plot twist from the end of the fucking Kazon, or one of the Kazon plot lines, or no, the Seska takeover plot line, that's the one, from Voyager, where it's like, oh, by the way, did you know that Seska stole some of Chakotay's hair and made a fucking baby with it? Yeah, that's not only a thing that happens, but it's like a relevant and problematic element for Chakotay, who's like, I didn't want to be a father, but I don't want to kill a baby, and it's like, what? You didn't even want the baby. How can you be this backwards? What are you talking about? How can you possibly have any questions or moral quandaries about this? It's not your child. You didn't agree to having it. You don't get to just be like, oh, I have a quandary now. because there's a baby out there with my DNA in it. This isn't fucking The Kids Are All Right with Julianne Moore and I forget her name. The other woman. And Mark Ruffalo, who everyone wants to bang for some reason. Oh God, he's getting into The Kids Are All Right. We weren't ready for that kind of assault. And by the way, why even choose The Kids Are All Right as a name for your fucking project anymore? Like, it's just confusing. There's like 15 different things called that fucking same name. Just choose a different name. Like, I don't know. Sperm banks are confusing and problematic. Call that your film that. They're like, oh my God, he's gonna last, sir. We have a break-in. Oh, number 3. We have a break-in in the fucking underground. Ooh, new icon. We have a break-in in the underground hoobly doobly. It's the assault task force. They're coming to take him back. And it cuts away to a guy with an eye patch who has not previously been named, but seems very cool, and he fights really neat. And everybody who's watching the movie is like, wow, I hope this guy gets to be revealed as like a major character going forward. Yeah, they've broken in and they're gonna start destroying our assault machine soon if they can get up here. Keep them out. Keep the doors locked down. We've got to try to figure out a way to shut him down. It's like, we can't restrain his mouth, sir. We didn't think about that. We didn't think he could actually talk himself into assault rage. Oh God, we underestimated everything. We thought the machine would do all the work for us. Thus implicitly saying that thematically that reliance upon technology will not always be the best course of action. So anyway, why the fuck do the shirts say fucking disco on them? Like, I understand they had to find a way to work their own, like, retcon name convention into this thing, because they didn't think when they named this show that it could be abbreviated STD, and they feel stupid now. So they fucking had to be like, oh, it's disco, and all the people on the ship have workout uniforms that are apparently the same fucking, it's just a t-shirt that says disco on it for some reason. Like, that's not a thing that existed before. Also, why is the bosun's call suddenly go whenever they are on the fucking, whenever the captain comes to the bridge, and not when the captain addresses the entire crew, which has been the tradition of the fucking Star Trek situation the entire time. I couldn't find anything about this online in the many Chrome tabs I have open about whether or not that's actually a call for everybody pay attention for orders. Or if this is a mistake that they kept in this show. They kept that mistake for fucking all of Next Gen, all of fucking DS9, and all of Voyager. So you can't just go back on it now. You gotta stick with your mistakes. That's what continuity is all about. You live with your mistakes, and you retcon everything else. They're like, Jesus, oh God, oh no. And then it cuts back to them fighting their way up to get to the top floor. And it cuts back to me, and I'm like, and also, by the way, like, why the fuck can't they just live with their own fucking story? Why can't they just do a story that, like, actually has just Star Trek stuff in it? Like, why do they have to make these stories? Like, they had that New Eden thing, which resembled a couple different episodes. It was a bit like the 67, but also like, that episode where Benzo gets put into a cage, which is a weird scene, like, culturally and contextually. Like, oh no, he's smiling now. That's really bad. His eye's twitching. Oh, Jesus. He's lost it now, and it's like, so fucking, what the fuck is the point if you're just gonna take a perfectly good Star Trek episode and then be like, but we need to stop what we're doing to get this haphazard and rushed love plot to go off so we can have character drama in the next season that kind of makes sense and kind of doesn't. why are we going to get all this intrigue going of, like, here's this baby that belongs to Laurel and Volk. Why does that happen? And then followed by that happening, why do they send it away to a monastery and never mention it again? I assume. I don't know. Maybe they'll bring it back. Maybe one of the fucking other people will be like, "Oh no, that's the child. That's Takuvma Torchbearer's child." So since the Torchbearer was turned into a human for reasons that didn't even amount to anything, and the fucking other person has probably been killed or something, we gotta fucking pull this guy out. And it's just gonna be dumb and contrived like the rest of the stupid fucking show. And then, as I say that, the machine bursts open and rays of blue light shine everywhere, like the mycelial stuff from Discovery, and they're all like, oh, holy shit, oh my god, he's burst free, and now all his salt energy is being fed back into him. He's becoming superpowered, and I'm like, and I don't even fucking understand, like, why the fuck I didn't question the mycelial thing more. Like, it's never been brought up before. No one's ever mentioned that previously. And, like, it's just, why did I not question it more? Is it because that's the one science fiction thing they've done so far? And I find it at least moderately interesting enough to be worth, like, them dicking around in it for so much, but it's turning into some Heart of the TARDIS shit that I can't stand. It's like, oh god, oh no. And then, they burst through the doors, the task force is there, and they're like, Streams, stand down. And I'm like, stand down for what? I'm fucking floating in midair. I'm fucking drunk on power. I'm too powerful to even fucking consider. I'm more powerful than anybody ever. And they're like, you need to, if you don't stand down, I will destroy you so that you don't destroy everyone. And then the guy takes off his helmet to reveal that it's I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody I would want to have in this group, and I can't think of anybody good. It's that actor with the eye patch from that movie that Doc sent me that I haven't watched yet. It's about, like, using DDR to settle turf wars in a post-apocalypse of America or whatever. It's that guy, and I'm like, oh, Daniel! And he's like, yeah, it's me, Daniel, your best friend from high school, college. And you know me from when we dreamt of salt power for the masses, but you're losing yourself in the salt. And if you don't come out of there right now, young man, I will absolutely end you to ensure the continuation of the human race. And I'm like, Daniel, I remember all those times that we used to get grumpy about Star Trek together. Oh, Daniel. And Daniel's like, it's okay. I understand. And Daniel goes, here, I'll help you. I understand how it feels. And I'm like, what? And he goes, I know what it feels like because I remember watching Deep Space Nine with you. And do you remember the moment when they say that Jadzia's favorite song is All the Way? A pop standard from the Sinatra years that Vic Fontaine sang? And I was like, yeah. That was fucking stupid. He's like, yes, but it was appropriate for the narrative. Just the way that them singing David Bowie's Space Oddity is in Discovery. And I'm like, you're right, Daniel. And you can see the blue starts to fade, and I'm like losing my evil power eyes. And he's like, yes, that's my friend. That's who I know. And I'm like, it's gonna be okay, Daniel, right? And he's like, yes, we're gonna put this guy away for crimes of trying to kill you and for creating Star Fox Adventures. That's not a crime, Druid. That's literally just his job. This is a thing he did. He didn't need to dwell on that, and neither do you. And so the end of the movie is me going back home, and on the flight back, I'm like eating my overly expensive Big Mac, and the same person who was rude to me earlier comes back and he's like, hey, you know what? I thought about what I said to you over the last few days while on vacation here in England, and I realized that I was overly rude to you in a way that was not necessary, and that was cruel of me, and I want to apologize because we should be nicer to each other as human beings, and not let our dislike of media or whatever get in the way of the fact that we are humans who all have to coexist and work together. And I hope you'll forgive me for my grumpiness. And I go, it's all okay. Trust me, you weren't even the third most grumpy person I've met in the last 3 days. It was a very tight trip. We were on a timetable. And he sits down with me. He's like, do you mind if I sit down? And I'm like, you already have, buckaroo. And he's like, hey, you ever see Star Trek Discovery? And then then the camera pans out and shows the skyline of New York. And the audience chuckles. And credits roll. Written by Dreward Shakalak. Produced by fucking a lack of sleep and vitamin D. Fucking director of cinematography. Dreward's inability to keep anything in his own mind. And then it goes through everything else. Production babies are, you know, it's like one production baby, but it was I don't know whose baby it is. Like, it's somebody who was born during the midst of that rant. It gets to the end of the credits and it's like, oh my gorb, who is this? And it's Alex fucking Kurtzman sitting there, like, just drawing dicks all over a Star Trek fucking poster. Just drawing fucking dick butts on Star Trek. And then a shadowy organization breaks in. And he's like, who are you? Are you a reflection? Are you a metaphor for the evil within myself? And he goes, what? And they go, what? No. What? What are you talking about? Why is that always what you default to? And he's like, are you a metaphor for somebody else on the ship that I should be afraid of? Oh my god. They're like, no, and then they kidnap him, and it's like, and you see a logo, and the logo is like, I don't know, like a 7-pointed star or something, and then it cuts back in the end credit scene, and then the house lights come up, and everybody goes home, and they're like, wow, that movie was fucking weird. That was a strange film. But at least the popcorn was half off. What is all this shit that happened in chat? I actually fucking... Okay. No, AOC does not have eyes popping out of her head. I don't know. I don't have a problem with AOC's eyes. I don't think she has powers either. She's just very devoted and hardworking. What the hell is the box of tissues I have in here? What the fuck? Oh, there it is. Thought I'd lost an entire box of tissues. These are hard to lose. Oh, my fucking nose, man. So yeah, AOC's power is hard work. A power we can all learn from. Airport bars are the best. I do think airplane pretzels are severely underrated. They're like, I think half of the joy of airplane pretzels is the fact that because they're on an airplane, they're like inherently like they're just like this. There's like a spot of joy in a dark place. This loud metal tube of sadness and frustration. So for me, pretzels are nice on a plane. I don't like those cookies though. My aunt does, and so I always give her mine because, you know, whatever. But yeah, you are right that they did give me cookies on the plane, not pretzels. So I should have had somebody work on the continuity for this story, but you know, it took a long time to get the payoff. Russians and their salt purposes. So yeah, that's that story that I just wrote. I don't know. I'm not on my A game today. I'm not on my A game. That wasn't as funny as usual. It was just long. So, anyway, thank you all for hanging out and listening to that whole fucking thing. Thank you to 21 Caramel Frat for following. I say caramel like a fucking plebeian. I don't know what's... I switch back and forth, and like in the worst way possible. I'm glad we could learn about mechs and Yoshi's Crafted World together. Both are... They are. Yoshi's Crafted World was a lot more fun. The mech thing was just like, there's a lot happening here, and I honestly kind of just don't care. It was kind of the opposite of like what a mech game usually is, because usually like what was that game called? It was like Full Metal or something like that. It might have been what Doc actually referenced. I don't remember, but it had like this crazy gigantic controller, and that like, as opposed to that game gave me where that's like, here's this extremely large barrier to entry where you have like this extremely like specific mech warriors, one that has a full-blown fucking pods. Yeah. And so like that shit's ridiculous and requires so much effort to get into. But with that one, it was like immediately I started it up and it just, without a fucking hesitation, just, oh God, that's ridiculous. But that one was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. You're welcome. I didn't do well at Tetris, but I at least got some things said. But that one was like, it just was like, here's a mech, here's the world, press R to shoot, press A to jump, boost, here's the thing, run around, shoot a thing, here's the help out, here's the plot of the entire story, here's the fucking entire world, here's some characters, oh my God, what? And it's like, I need you to slow down. I need you to slow down. That's the problem I had with it, was like it was too accessible. It was too much like we're just trying to get you into the mech so you can have mech fun. And it's like I need a little more build up. Like I think Strike Suit, from what I understand, that was a game that did hit that balance well. Where like there was a build up and then it was like, okay, now you can use mech shit in space. Go hog wild. And that's what it needed, was a little more build up rather than just like, here you go. It's just all fucking crazy. Here's an enemy that you can't beat to introduce characters you don't care about. It's like, cool. Thanks. We're back tomorrow. I should probably just play golf tomorrow. Like the actual Mario Golf, as opposed to fucking NES Open, which was like, why? Why did I even touch this? That said, I might spend some time playing that off stream and enjoy it. Regardless, hope to see you tomorrow. And I hope you have some dry socks and full bellies. Those are things I hope. And I'll see you later. Have a good night.